WCW in 1992. What can you really say about it? The Bill Watts era. Um, Bill Watts, all about his Oklahoma boys and Dr. Death Steve Williams, and he gives Ron Simmons the title, and he brings in this surplus of Japanese wrestlers that no one has ever even heard of. Masahiro Chono at the time was an unknown. Great Muta had been in WCW upwards of 3 years at that point, so people were more familiar with him. Bill Watts, he comes in and he wants the traditional on the style or traditional on the mat style of wrestling, and it was 1992. I mean, it was a different time, and Bill Watts came in and he tried to run WCW 92 like how it was in Mid South when he ran in the what did he run Mid South in like the 70s, the 80s, and so Bill Watts came in and he tried to run WCW 92 just like that, and it just didn't work. I mean, the pay-per-views were still fun to watch for me, but for the most part, and Bill Watts, he claims that when he came in, he cut the loss in WCW. I will admit that WCW 92 was more entertaining than 91. I thought that they had a little bit better direction and storylines, but it's just 92 over in the WWF. I mean, you think about it, you had Hulk Hogan and the Ultimate Warrior and Sid and SummerSlam in Wembley Stadium and Undertaker and Kamala and these entertaining figures. And over on the WCW side, you'd watch the shows and it looked like it would be recorded in a dark, dingy arena that was half full. And it was guys on the mat, with headlocks and rest locks for 15, 20 minutes. It was a very boring product to watch. As much as I love WCW 92, if you watch Great American Bash 92, you'll watch the show and you'll see these wrestlers in the ring. And unless you're a hardcore wrestling fan, you're going to turn it off, especially when the surplus of the Japanese wrestlers are on the mat and you've never heard of these guys. And it's really a shame, too, because they could have done so much more entertaining stuff in 92. But the truth is, most of these pay-per-views you watch in 92, you just can't wait for Sting and Vader to get out there, because it's going to be hard-hitting and physical, or Ravishing Rick Rude, or Ricky the Dragon Steeple, somebody like that. But for the most part, man, it's a different time. I recommend that you go back and watch some WCW from 1992, and you're going to be like, what the heck? Jem was right. This is exactly what I was talking about. Now, are most people today going to check out NXT and, the current product and all the stuff that's going on? Yeah, absolutely. I mean, does anyone have a legit reason to go back to WCW 92? No, unless you're trying to brush up on your history of professional wrestling and learn, like, what it was like before the production values were way up, and you had your Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns and a lot of the big stars today. I mean, this was the predecessor to it all. It's a very different era. Bill Watts had a very different way of thinking and running his promotion in 92. But with the Battle Bowl, for instance, Starrcade 92, the Great Muta, he won the Battle Bowl. He wrestled 3 matches that night. And it was just so he wins a tag match, loses the world title match to Chono,